Hey everybody, Sick this here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. Only 3 things to talk about, so let's get down to it. First thing I watched today was Little Darlings, a heartwarming 1980s tale about 2 girls from different sides of the tracks who become best friends only because they went to camp and decided to join, or they had a contest of who could lose their virginity first. There was a $100 bet on it, kind of 2 teams, bunch of girls helping one girl, bunch of girls helping another girl, and in the end, this girl here, she's like, the rich girl, the goody two-shoes kind of chick. She ends up not losing her virginity. She decides, she kind of goes after the wrong guy. She goes after one of the camp counselors, and, she likes him and whatnot, but she ends up not losing virginity, but she lies about it, gets the counselor in trouble, yada, yada, yada. This chick here, the bad girl, the girl smokes, the girl who, causes trouble, she ends up actually losing her virginity, but regrets it, and, she's all sad about it. So basically just, sort of an after-school special made into a 1980s movie. But it's pretty good, sort of. It's very nostalgic. The story it's decent. It's a decent story. It's well told. It's actually done very well. But it has a very 80s feel to it. So if 80s movies are your thing, you're definitely going to want to check this out. It's actually from 1980, so, it still has that little bit of 70s-ish to it, but pretty great. It's not the best film in the world, but if you just love cheesy, fun 80s movies, this is definitely going to be right up your alley, so I'd recommend checking it out. Unfortunately, only available on VHS, never released a DVD or Blu-ray, so if you're looking for it, head out to your pawn shops, head out to your thrift stores, because you're going to need to hunt this one down. But Little Darlings, pretty decent. Then I bought and watched Robot Chicken Star Wars 3. Excellent. If you're like me, you watched the first Robot Chicken Star Wars, loved it, thought it was great. Then you watch the second one, and were kind of disappointed. Because, frankly, if you ask me, the first one was fantastic, well done, every joke was spot on, just hilarious. Second one, not so good. A lot of hit-and-miss jokes, just wasn't nearly as good as the first one. This one made up for it. Definitely not as good as the first one, but a hell of a lot better than the second one. All the jokes in this were great, maybe a few misses, but for the most part, very funny. So I would highly recommend checking this one out. It was great, very well done. You're definitely going to want to have seen all 6 Star Wars films to get these jokes, just like the last 2, because if you haven't, you're not going to be laughing nearly as much. I was definitely cracking up laughing, a lot more than my wife was, because she didn't get most of the jokes, but hilarious. I would definitely recommend picking this up. I got it for $9.99 at Walmart, which is a pretty decent deal, so definitely grab it. I loved it. Robot Chicken's great. Star Wars is great. This is great. Then the last thing I bought and watched today was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles Forever. This was fantastic. If you're a Ninja Turtles fan, you were going to want to check this one out. Old school 1980s Turtles that I grew up with meet the new school Turtles, which I also love, and it's just so well done. I would definitely recommend checking this one out to any Turtle fans. Downfalls, I would say the story wasn't super strong. It was just a decent story, about as good as a 2-parter New Ninja Turtles story. So, it could have been better. It could have been more epic. Could have been more, it could have been like just really getting into it. Unfortunately, again, it was just about as good as like, a 2-parter episodes of the New Ninja Turtles. But still, it was decent. Also, unfortunately, this is not in widescreen. It was shot in widescreen, but it's in non-anamorphic widescreen, which makes really no sense for a newer title. I don't get that. Every now and then they'll do that. Some company will release a newer title in non-anamorphic widescreen. I mean, this came out what was it, like 2 years ago or something like that it came out. It really should be an anamorphic widescreen. I don't get why it wasn't, but I guess that's just nitpicking on my part. But definitely should have been in that. Oh well. And also, and this is kind of a double-edged sword here, they don't get the original voices to do the original Turtles. That stinks, but on the plus side, the people who they get to voice them do a really good job. They get pretty darn close to matching the original Turtles and Shredder and Krang and Splinter and all that stuff. They get pretty close to doing that, which is very cool. This was just great. I would definitely recommend checking it out. If you're a fan of the original 80s Turtles, you're going to love this. There's a lot of references. They make a lot of jokes on the towards the old school Turtles. They end up going back to the Turtles world, the original Turtles world, and they make throwbacks to like Irma and Vernon and just like the old school Rocksteady and Bebops and stuff. And It's really great. They even make a reference to the live action Turtle movies and the TMNT CGI movie. They make references to those, so it's just very, very cool. I can't say enough about this. It was just, for a Turtle fan like me, I was just in love watching this. They even go back to the original Ninja Turtles, the original comic book Turtles. They go back to like their world, and I thought that was just so cool. So very well done. Again, I would say that the story could have been stronger, could have been a little better. It just seems sort of weak that it was only as good as, like, you know, an episode of the newer Turtles. I thought it should have been more, but again, awesome. Turtles fan, you're gonna want to check this one out. There's really nothing that like should hold you back from this. It was fantastic. Definitely check it out. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Again, checked out Little Darlings. If you like cheesy 80s and you just like that feel of 80s movies, you're gonna want to check this one out. Unfortunately, only on VHS. Then I bought and watched Robot Chicken Star Wars 3. Excellent. Not as good as the first one, but a lot better than the second one, so definitely check that out. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles Forever. Awesome. If you're a Turtles fan, you should see this. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya. So it's gotta fuck that up.